In April 2001, a small group of canal enthusiasts attempt a day's cruise from the highest point on the Rochdale Canal at Longley's Lock to Little Barrow Lock in the town centre. Some of these sections were closed to navigation in the 1950s.
The Rochdale Canal Society, formed in 1974, we worked on this lock until 1976 and restored it to a working order. Since then it's been restored again by the job creation scheme. It's the deepest lock on the whole canal with a 12-foot rise, apart from the new lock which has been constructed at Sowerby Bridge, which has a 19-foot 6-inch rise.
You waiting? The top pond that we just come through, it actually is a reservoir because it's the highest point on the canal system. It's called a summit pond. And water, which gate you open this way, it goes down to the Irish Sea. But if it had gone the other way, it would go to the North Sea eventually. And it's very, very deep. And it was actually redug out approximately 5 years ago. And it's 8 foot deep in places. So it's really a dangerous spot for children. Though most of the canal you can sort of wade across. Everything's gone round, Jack. Sound, you see, because I
Nicholas Hammond speaks to us on the early history of the canal.
The English canals, as far as I know, is that they are the only canals that were built by joint stock companies. The Rochdale Canal was a very typical example of this, and the reason why they were built so small was because the shareholders wanted their money back. It carried cotton in bulk, it carried coal, a lot of stone, slate building materials, and it also provided water for the mills as well. In other countries this wasn't possible. The canals in France are generally much bigger, and they were partly state funded. The English canals are too small to compete successfully against the railways, and this canal went out of use in about 1940 and was abandoned in 1952 and the bridges lowered, but now it's come back to life again.
The Rochdale Canal Society, as Jack Kershaw explains, initiated the redevelopment of the canal.
The Canal Society was formed in 1974 to promote interest in the restoration of the Rochdale Canal. And we started by trying to restore Longleys Lock, which is the summit lock, number 36, at the far end from here of the Summit Pound. It took us 2 years to rebuild the gates, the old gates of the lock, but eventually in 1976 we got it working, and at a summer rally at the dinghies, we were able to put some dinghies in the lock and sail them through into the next pound below the lock. Since then the local authorities have taken it over, and as you now see, it's restored from Sowerby Bridge, junction with the Cauldron Hevel navigation, right through to Littleborough. And eventually this year it will be open to Rochdale and beyond towards Castleton, and eventually link up with the Bridgewater Canal in Manchester.
Problems along the way included bad weather, lock faults and engine failure. These lead to the planned trip being shortened to the first lock below Punchbowl.